Alright, what's going on, guys? Your boy TG. Welcome to the Hockey Talk with TG podcast. Hopefully, you guys are having a great Monday this morning. We have got some important topics to discuss, so without further ado, we are going to get right into it. So, we're going to talk about Mark Stahl's retirement from the NHL. So, he announced his retirement. He's no longer going to be playing the NHL, so he retires after 17 seasons, and he's going to join the New York Rangers staff as a player development assistant. And throughout his time with the New York Rangers, he's had 234 points in 1,136 games played, so 53 goals, 181 assists for 234 points in 1,136 games played. Um, that's in his entire career. Excuse me, sorry about the mistake. That's in his career, but for the Rangers, he's had 188 points in 892 games played in his first 13 seasons for the New York Rangers. So the first part I said, that's actually his entire career. So in his career, 234 points in 1,136 games played, so 53 goals, 181 assists for 234 points in 1,136 games played in his career. For the Rangers, in his first 13 seasons, he had 188 points in 892 games played, so 43 goals, 145 assists for 188 points in 892 games played in his first 13 seasons with the New York Rangers. And of course, he was drafted 12th overall in the first round of the 2005 NHL draft by the New York Rangers. And his 892 games with the Rangers is sixth in team history behind Harry Howe, who had 1,160 games played. Of course, the great Brian Leetch, 1,129 games played. Rob Gilbert, 1,065 games played. Ron Gretzner, 981. And, of course, Walt Kachuk, 945 games played. And Mark Stahl is also second in Rangers history in blocked shots with 1,162. Of course, the first is Dan Girardi with 1,691. And he's played 107 Stanley Cup playoff games, and he has 20 points with the New York Rangers in that time. So 7 goals, 13 assists for 20 points in 107 Stanley Cup playoff games with the New York Rangers. And of course, he was part of that Rangers team in 2014 where the Rangers went all the way to the Stanley Cup final, and they lost to the LA Kings in 5 games. I feel bad for Henrik Lundqvist that year because he absolutely deserved to get his name on the Stanley Cup. In fact, a lot of players that year deserved to get their name on the Stanley Cup, like Chris Kreider, Ryan McDonough. I think Martin St. Louis was on that team then. And I think Martin St. Louis won a cup with Tampa back in 2004, but he could have won one with the Rangers. But anyway, he was with that Rangers team in the 2014 Stanley Cup final. And he also was traded to the Detroit Red Wings with a second-round pick in the 2021 NHL Draft for future considerations on September 26, 2020. He ended up playing 2 seasons with Detroit, so 26 points in 127 games played with the Red Wings, so 6 goals, 20 assists for 26 points in 127 games played with the Red Wings. He played in his 1,000th NHL game with Detroit, which of course was a 3-0 shutout loss on the road to the Calgary Flames on March 12, 2022. And that was actually the first time that Mark, Eric, and Jordan Stahl were the first 3 brothers in NHL history to achieve the 1,000 game milestone. And then after that, he played 1 season with Florida, so he was with the Florida Panthers when they reached the 2023 Stanley Cup final, which of course was a loss to the Vegas Golden Knights. They ended up winning the Stanley Cup 1 year later. I don't think Mark Stahl was on that team because he played with Philly. But during his time in Florida, he had 15 points in 82 games played, so 3 goals, 12 assists for 15 points in 82 games played. And like I said already, he played 1 season with the Philadelphia Flyers, so 5 points in 35 games played, so 1 goal, 4 assists for 5 points in 35 games to close out his retirement. Eric Stahl was one of the other Stahl brothers that announced his retirement which he did it on August 6, 2024, after 18 seasons in the NHL. So, very nice career for Mark Stahl and, of course, his brother Eric Stahl. And Jordan Stahl, he's currently still playing. He's actually the team captain for the Carolina Hurricanes. So, he's the only Stahl brother to still be playing. Got another defenseman that's retiring, that's hanging up the skates for good. Alex Goligoski retires from the NHL after 17 seasons. So, of course, he played 1,078 games, and he won the Stanley Cup with the Pittsburgh Penguins in 2009. And in those 1,078 games, he had 87 goals, 388 assists for 475 points right there. And the other teams that he's played for besides the Pittsburgh Penguins were the Dallas Stars, Arizona Coyotes, and, of course, most recently being the Minnesota Wild. In the Stanley Cup playoffs, he had 21 points in 47 Stanley Cup playoff games, so 7 goals, 14 assists for 21 points in 47 Stanley Cup playoff games. And he ended up playing his 1,000th NHL game for the Minnesota Wild, which was a 4-3 overtime win against the Vancouver Canucks on October 20th, 2022. And during his final season in the NHL with the Minnesota Wild, he had 10 points in 36 games played. So no goals, 10 assists for 10 points in 36 games played in his final season with the Minnesota Wild. So very nice career for both defensemen, Mark Stahl and Alex Goligoski. Got to give it up for them. Bad news for the Anaheim Ducks. So Beckett Sennett will be out for 6 to 8 weeks. So he's not going to be in the season opener for Anaheim. At least I don't think he is. He sustained a foot fracture during the offseason training. Of course, you guys know he was drafted 3rd overall in the first round of the 2024 NHL draft by the Anaheim Ducks. Of course, he was shocked to be drafted and quite frankly, so were other fans because nobody expected him to be drafted 3rd overall, but he was. Saying always goes, you got to expect the unexpected, and that certainly did happen during the 2024 NHL draft. And according to one article that I read, Anaheim is expected to open their training camp on September 19th, which of course is in 10 more days. Their season opener is against Macklin Celebrini and the San Jose Sharks on October 12th. So can't wait for that. We could potentially see Macklin Celebrini debut. Who knows? But can't wait for that as well. And Beckett Sennett had 68 points in 63 games played with Oshawa of the OHL, so the Ontario Hockey League right there. 27 goals, 41 assists for 68 points in 63 games played with Oshawa of the OHL. And, of course, he signed a 3-year entry-level contract with the Anaheim Ducks on July 5th. Okay, now we're going to get into another topic. So, teams without captains. So, this was something that I didn't really discuss on my YouTube channel, but we're going to discuss it right here. So, teams without a captain. For the Buffalo Sabres, I say Rasmus Dahlin. It's quite obvious, and I really think he should be awarded captain. Of course, he was drafted 1st overall in the 2018 NHL draft by the Buffalo Sabres. A great defenseman to watch on the ice, and he's emerged as a leader on the Sabres due to his competitiveness and consistency. And his ability to elevate his teammates both on and off the ice makes him a natural candidate. So I really think that he deserves this role as captain. I think it very well suits him. Of course, the Buffalo Sabres are trying to end that long year playoff drought. During the offseason, they fired Coach Don Granato. They hired Lindy Ruff, which, fun fact, he used to coach the Sabres before. Now he's back behind the bench coaching them again. And I really think the Sabres have a shot at making the playoffs with his coaching and Rasmus Dahlin's leadership ability. And, of course, the Sabres in general, they have a young team. And I know 50% of me kind of regrets saying that the Sabres will make the playoffs because it seems like it's never going to happen. But with this young group and with Lindy Ruff coaching, I really think the Sabres have a shot at making the playoffs. And with Rasmus Dahlin being the player that he is and his style play leading the way for the Sabres, I really think the Sabres have a shot at making the playoffs. So I really think he deserves this captain role. and I'm pretty sure a few of you guys would agree. Some of you might say Owen Power or Alex Tuck, but I really think it should go to Rasmus Dahlin right there. And of course, he leads the defense and is considered wise behind his years, and he could, I don't want to say too much, but he might end up being a candidate for the Norris Trophy. So that's why I really think Rasmus Dahlin should be the team captain of the Buffalo Sabres. For the Chicago Blackhawks, I want to say Connor Bedard, because excellent play to watch. He won the Calder Trophy last season for Rookie of the Year, which he got 61 points. But it's too young in his career. He's only played one season in the NHL. He's going into his second season in the NHL. So as for right now, it should either go to Nick Foligno or Seth Jones. Nick Foligno or Seth Jones should be captain of the Blackhawks. But eventually, it can go to Connor Bedard, because I think a lot of Blackhawks fans, like myself, and just hockey fans in general, want to see Connor Bedard as the team captain. But as of right now, it should be either Nick Foligno or Seth Jones, which, of course, Nick Foligno is a veteran. So Seth Jones is also a veteran too. But I really think Nick Foligno could fit this role as team captain. Of course, he's helped Connor Bedard before as well. With his experience and his very high character, I really think he should suit as the captain for the Chicago Blackhawks after Jonathan Tage left. P.S. I really do miss him being on the Chicago Blackhawks along with Patrick Kane. Reason why I say Seth Jones should be team captain, great defenseman to watch. He plays a significant role on the ice, and he also has leadership responsibilities, and I really think he could possibly lead this role for the Chicago Blackhawks. So it should either be Nick Foligno or Seth Jones, both great veterans to watch, and they also played with each other in Columbus, I believe. I know Seth Jones' first team that he played for was the Nashville Predators, but then he was eventually traded to Columbus. I think he also played with Nick Foligno on there. So, yeah. But my point stands, it should either be Nick Foligno or Seth Jones. For Utah Hockey Club, I would probably say Clayton Keller. I was going to say Logan Cooley at first, but I really think it should be Clayton Keller. Of course, Clayton Keller, he's been in a few All-Star games before when they were still called the Arizona Coyotes. He's been in a few All-Star games before. Talented player to watch on the ice, and his leadership abilities come from his star status and production for Utah Hockey Club. I want to say Arizona Coyotes because Utah Hockey Club hasn't even played the game yet. And he plays a leader role with the Coyotes, and his skill set and demeanor make him a possible choice for team captain. So that's why I think it should go to Clayton Keller, and I'm pretty sure a few of you guys agree. For the Tampa Bay Lightning, of course, Steven Stamkos, he's not on the team no more. He signed with the Nashville Predators. Of course, I kind of knew that his time in Tampa was coming to an end, but when he signed with the Nashville Predators, we were all shocked. I mean, I kind of already knew he wasn't going to be with Tampa anymore. I was still kind of shocked to see that he signed with Nashville Predators. So, of course, this is the post-Steven Stamkos era, as I like to call it. And Tampa is in search for a new captain, and I really think it should go to Victor Hedman. Of course, a great veteran to watch, great defenseman to watch on the ice. He's won 2 Stanley Cups before, and he's the backbone of the Lightning's defensive pair, and that's been a consistent leader for years. And of course, he did take home the Conn Smythe Trophy in 2020, where the team was in the bubble. And he has absolute respect in the locker room, on and off the ice, and he could possibly be captain for the Tampa Bay Lightning. I know some other people probably would have said Nikita Kucherov or Braden Point, but I really think it should go to Victor Hedman. I think he absolutely deserves this role as captain for the Tampa Bay Lightning. For the Seattle Kraken, Mark Giordano's no longer on the team, so the Kraken needs a new captain. It kind of rhymed, by the way. And I was going to say Matty Beniers because, of course, he won the Calder Trophy before, and he's a great player to watch. Of course, he played at the University of Michigan. I really think he deserves to be captain. But I'm going to say Jordan Eberle. Jordan Eberle should be team captain. Of course, veteran player. He's played for the Oilers, played for the Islanders. Now he's on the Kraken. So he's been like a fun player to watch for Seattle. And the Kraken are still somewhat new in the NHL, and I really think Jordan Eberle can take on this role as captain for the future of this franchise. So that's why I think Jordan Eberle should be team captain. But if he does retire, it should eventually go to Matty Beniers. I really think he deserves it the most, but Jordan Eberle is a veteran. He's already played the role in his game, all-star before, so I really think he deserves to be team captain. I don't know if I'm skipping teams. I know Anaheim doesn't have a captain as well, but we could possibly see Trevor's. I don't know about Anaheim, to be honest with you guys. I don't know about Anaheim, but it could either be Trevor Zegras, Troy Terry, or somebody else, or Cam Fowler. Is Cam Fowler still on the team? I don't know. But we could see one of those players as team captain for the Anaheim Ducks. And I don't know if I'm skipping any other teams. I think every other team has a captain already. I forgot about discussing Anaheim, but I said probably either Troy Terry, Trevor Zegras, or if Cam Fowler's still on the team, he can be the captain of the Anaheim Ducks. We'll just have to see. All right, now we're going to go into rookie talk. So if you guys don't know, there has been a lot of players who could be a runner-up for the Calder Trophy, and we have an exciting rookie class to watch. You guys just don't know. From Macklin Celebrini to Rutger McGroarty to Dustin Wolf, Logan Stankoven, Matvei Michkov. The list goes on and on. So we have an exciting rookie class. So I'm going to name my top 10 players that should be deservingly for the Calder Trophy, but I'm going to go ahead and spoil this for you guys right now. My number one choice, I would probably say Matvei Michkov, because exciting player to watch. He's going to be playing on that first line with Tyson Forrester and Sean Couturier, according to the Daily Faceoff website. And his offensive creativity and experience in the KHL makes him one of the top Calder Trophy candidates. And he's had 19 goals and 41 points in 47 KHL games last season. He's ready to play top line minutes with the Flyers, and he's going to be an absolute beast to watch on the first line, like right there. So I really think that he deserves to be the top candidate, or at least my number one pick to win the Calder Trophy. For number two, I say Macklin Celebrini of the San Jose Sharks. Connor Bedard, first overall pick in the 2023 NHL Draft. He took home the Calder Trophy last season. Macklin Celebrini could be a runner-up for the Calder Trophy. And of course, he was drafted first overall in the 2024 NHL Draft by the San Jose Sharks. And he's won the Hobey Baker Award during his time with Boston College. Boston College? Did he play for Boston College? I think he did. And he's just an absolute talented player to watch, and he's most likely to play on that top line. And he shows his two-way ability and strong puck skills, so I really think he can be an exciting rookie to watch this upcoming season. For number three, I'm going to say Will Smith. As you guys don't know, he is also a friend of Macklin Celebrini. I think they play for the same AAA team together when they were kids. And Will Smith could be a top three runner-up for the Calder Trophy, and he could have a great season with the San Jose Sharks. One thing that I would love to see is, I don't know if this will be possible or not, but we could all see Macklin Celebrini and Will Smith play on that same line together. I think that would be epic. I think they were childhood friends, played on the same AAA hockey team together. I really think that it would be cool to see them play on that top line, or on at least the same line together. And of course, he is a scoring sensation at Boston College, and he is poised to take advantage of any matchups and could rack up significant points. So another top prospect or top rookie to watch for the Calder Trophy. Number 4 on my list, I got to go with Rutger McGroarty. Of course, he was traded to the Pittsburgh Penguins, so he was drafted by the Jets. Now on the Penguins, and he has excelled at every level and could thrive alongside veterans like Sidney Crosby or Evgeny Malkin. He should be able to play on that second line, and I can't wait to watch Rutger McGroarty's debut with the Pittsburgh Penguins. Of course, last season he still played at University of Michigan. Of course, I love watching the Michigan Wolverines, one of my favorite college hockey teams to watch. And I would probably say they're my number one favorite college hockey team to watch, but of course there are a few other college hockey teams I love to watch, but the Michigan Wolverines is my number one favorite. And I'm really just excited to see Rutger McGroarty's debut. He could be in the top 5 candidates for winning the Calder Trophy. For number five, I think I put Rutger McGroarty at number 4. But for number 5, I'm going to say Calder Trophy, another young player on the Anaheim Ducks. Of course, the Ducks are still in the rebuilding phase as well, just like the Chicago Blackhawks and San Jose Sharks. But Calder Trophy brings a combination of skill and physical play that can potentially make him a Calder Trophy candidate. After leading the NCAA in goals, he is expected to slot in a prominent role in Anaheim, so he should be playing on that first or second line, I believe. But gotta look back at the Daily Faceoff website just to be sure. Okay, so for number 6, I think this is number 6. I'm going to say Logan Stankoven of the Dallas Stars. So he's already showed his ability last season, appearing in 24 games and making him impact a great player during the Dallas Stars playoff run. And he's expected to play a big role in Dallas's lineup. And he could possibly lead all rookies and scorers. I don't want to spoil too much but I will say this again to you guys. So the Dallas Stars could possibly win the President's Trophy. Of course, I said this in my top 10 bold predictions video that's supposed to come out later on today around 9:30, so I'm not trying to spoil too much. But I really think the Dallas Stars have a shot at winning the President's Trophy this year because they have a lot of depth on their team. Of course, they went to the conference finals last year where they lost to the Oilers in 6 games. I really think they could be one of the top teams to possibly win the President's Trophy. I know some of you guys may disagree with that. But we'll see what Logan Stankoven does for the Dallas Stars. And, yeah, I'm just really excited to watch him play. For number 7, I have Dustin Wolf for the Calgary Flames. So he is the first goalie on my list that I believe could be in the top 10 candidates to win the Calder Trophy, and he's projected to be the Flames starting goalie after the Flames traded away Jacob Markstrom to the New Jersey Devils. And if he shines in net, he can be one of the rarest goaltenders to win the Calder Trophy. So we'll just have to see how he does this season. For number 8, I have Simone Everson. So Simone Everson, another big defenseman right there besides Mort Seider. And he could be an impactful player on that blue line for the Detroit Red Wings. And his size and skating ability and his strength makes him a standout favorite to win the Calder Trophy. For number 9 on my list, I have Leo Carlson in the Anaheim Ducks. So, of course, he was drafted 2nd overall in the first round of the 2023 NHL Draft after my Chicago Blackhawks drafted Connor Bedard. And Leo Carlson is a versatile forward with a mature game, and he should get plenty of opportunities to make an impact for the Anaheim Ducks. And he should be a standout player for sure. Of course, like I mentioned already, Anaheim is also a young team that's trying to rebuild and get back into the Stanley Cup playoffs. And for number 10, I have David Chernchek on my list. Hopefully I pronounced that last name right. He is a talented defenseman with a high upside, and he spent time in the AHL last season and should step into a regular role with Columbus heading into the 2024-2025 NHL season. All right, guys, so that is going to do it for this episode. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in very much. I really do appreciate it. I have a video, my top 10 bold predictions video, coming out later on today at 9:30 on my YouTube channel. So Want to go ahead and watch that. I kind of already spoiled 2 of my bold predictions already on this episode. So, but I ain't going to spoil the other 8. You guys just have to watch the video. But anyway, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. God first as always. Be blessed. And I'll see you guys Wednesday for another episode of the Hockey Talk with TG podcast. And I will see you guys later. Have a blessed day.